ಈಗ ಕೇಳಿ ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕೃಷಿ ಮತ್ತು ರೈತರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಹಾಗೂ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವರಾಜ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಚೌಹಾಣ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಆರಂಭಿಸಲಾದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವ್ಯಾಪಿ ಖೇತ್ ಬಚಾವೋ ಅಭಿಯಾನ 2026 ಅಂಗವಾಗಿ ICAR IIHR ಹೆಸರುಘಟ್ಟ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಸಹಜ ಬೇಸಾಯ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೂನ್ 4, 2026 ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಗೊಬ್ಬರಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಬಾನುಲಿ ವರದಿ.
So these people also live in the council, and we are also having the natural one divided. So thank you very much that you are on that particular stage. Now stage really, I am very thankful to you and my all colleagues here and my friends I mentioned. This type of things is very important for us. Now we are realizing. When you have a scarcity, when you have a health problem, then you will think of yourself. But before that, we are not thinking anything. When you have everything adjusted, your natures that given whatever, fresh air is totally not there. Nothing is not there in this particular, and soil have now become so much of degradation is there. We are now thinking what to do. So again, we are planning for KHET BACHAVO. Save the soil, save the nature, save the environment. We are talking so much in the last 50 years. Only talking, no realizations. Now we are realized what we are doing. If you think my farmers, they give it this soil so much of fertilizers. Now the soil becomes sick. If a person take medicine and some other growth hormones in the injection, then how much you will survive? So the same thing also in the soil. Without knowing the soil health, you are giving lot of fertilizers, lot of chemical pesticides, and now the soils become so much of unhealthy. They cannot also give the productivity. But as you mentioned, today what we have seen in the farms here, the conservation agriculture, the natural farming, which is really required for this one. So I urge upon all of you. I think 78 people are there, I have counted. And my own scientists are there, for 6 or 7 scientists are there. So please try to have small farms, not like that of Manjunathji in 6-acre farms. Even if you have 2 acres, 3 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres, make it some part of that one as a natural farming or organic farming, which is required. Because whenever you are taking some of the foods, you know how much they are toxic. All the foods wherever you go in the market, any food you cannot eat also. If you think of that one, this is having pesticide, this is having toxic, this is having this one, you will not eat. But you have to go and take it this one. So that's why you have to regulate yourself. Some of the things on the air, we can also grow this type of crop naturally, without giving any type of inputs or fertilizers. I think that will be wonderful thing. You can protect yourself, you can protect your environment, you can protect your whole family and your villages and the whole country itself. So all the insects, they will come to here in our organic farm. So you cannot get it this one. So it is very, very difficult, and sometimes some of the crops like vegetables I mentioned, those are very much responsive to organic farming. But very few are there which are very responsive to organic farming. But most of the crops like tomato, brinjal, these things, very, very difficult to grow in the organic farming. But the brassica family, if you have a cabbage, cauliflower and other crops, or peas and beans and legumes, it is a wonderful crops you can grow in the organic farming. So that is there. So it is that's why it is really mentioned, the science-based organic farming, the science-based natural farming, which is very important. Science-based means you know that the quality of the produce, the content of the nutrients which is available in the fruits or vegetables, it also increase. Today we have tested many of these crops, and in particular this crop, dragon fruit, wonderful. It is our own variety, IIHR variety mentioned. But when you that variety performance and the sweetness of that particular variety is totally different. Because the soil is like that one. We are talking about organic carbon. The mineral nutrients which is coming to the fruit itself is totally different. Those we are growing in the inorganic way of fertilizer we are applying. So that you can also imagine. Now, many studies we did it. Some of the studies we did it that nowadays if you see tomato, no flavor. Any vegetable you take it, no flavor. Just let it take it and take it. All crops are similar. Why? It is like that. Because we have studied that the content of the soil nutrient, which is very much of particular micronutrients, is very much of important for giving a flavor of the particular crops. But nowadays, no, nothing. You take tomato, it's similar to brinjal. You take also potato. Whatever you take it, they know nothing to say. Whether it's tomato or potato, the things will be said. So that sort of things is really required for science-based what you mentioned. How to have this flavor? We have a different technology to also understand the flavors of this one. We have a different technologies also to identify many of these mineral nutrients which is available in our crops which is grown organically or naturally. I think we have scientists are there. Definitely they will also be part of this particular program and part of your program also. If we have this type of programs, because only one plot is not sufficient for the experimentation. If we have a nearby or anywhere, somebody coming from the Shimoga, some other places also you have Tumakuru, other things are there. So what we do, that this type of things we can have a different plots or area where, because the biodiversity is totally different from this place to other place. Because you have a different type of weather, climate will be there. So that also impacted. So we have to think that which of the area we can also have this type of project to do. I think we can do so. Now, as I mentioned, KHET BACHAVO, because now you see the fertilizer cost is too much of high, and many farmers are getting the subsidy. They are not realizing that how much foreign exchange we are putting it for fertilizer to import. Import should not be there now. We can, as you mentioned, the crop like dragon fruit, we are importing so much. But at least now, we are in the condition that import is subject to a lot of things are there. And many of the things what I have seen, when I was in other parts and seeing in Karnataka, it is totally different. Karnataka agriculture, particularly horticulture, is totally different. As a south belt, particularly Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra some part, and Karnataka. I think they are well advanced in their crop productions in horticulture crops itself. And the per capita income also much more higher than where I belong to Odisha. We have different other situations up there. But here, what I feel, the conservation of the biodiversity, the place what we are here is totally different from the others. So definitely that type of things, environment or this ecosystem, we have to develop ourselves for the cause of the whole nation, for the cause of the whole humanity, so that everybody will be satisfied, everybody will have a better things like this type of things to be here in the home itself and enjoy the nature as a beauty. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you.
We have been practicing the IIHR farming community in India since thousands of years. Okay, so there are practices which have come in down the line. Has there been any study to look into those practices and see if they could be developed and used currently?
Thank you very much. You know, there's a story when child, that time children, the people used to have a different type of paints, no? Like Amitabh Bachchan cutting, this cutting, that type of things, so velvet on, all things are there. So these are rotating very frequent. So when we have this type of traditional knowledge, whatever the thing, it's really important now. That's why in the beginning I mentioned, we are coming back to the whole traditions there. We already in the peak. If you go to the peak, definitely there will be disruptions and there will be no air in this country. So we have to slowly coming back to this whole traditional knowledge. That's why every section you can go for agriculture, particularly agriculture, which is required to have all our technologies those are in the village level we are practicing, that also have to come. We have to do. Otherwise, there will be no sustainability. Sustainability only when you can have that type of knowledge which is required. I think as you mentioned, I also agree. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing also, now it is we have to again go back to our own traditional knowledge. Definitely, that's all. Also, as I mentioned today, why we are doing this type of natural farming, science-based. We should also have a science-based farming, natural farming or organic farming. Definitely, we will take that to help so that our productions also will increase. Today, we are discussing about the coconut. If we go to the villages, some of they are cutting the tree now because they are unproductive. 20, 30, 40 nuts, what will be happening? But if you grow this crop here like this one and 100, 120 nuts, I think it is wonderful. Why to go for this type of fertilizer? Well, only you can get it another 30 or 20 extra. But in giving such type of inputs also, we are not getting the good result. That's why we have to go back. So this what you mentioned, that knowledge related to the traditional knowledge, again we have to implement in the future course of action. Thank you.
So my concern is one question from my side to Dr. Shankaran. So Tipto farmers are facing a lot of problem as far as soil pathogens are concerned. They are Phytophthora, they are called PTM, whatever the language you go, scientific language, but they are suffering from bud rot, stem rot and all. That's why productivity is reducing like anything. So is there any initial study of microbial biome? Initially, what is the load of useful microbes? What is the load of pathogens, so called? If there is any initial study, then after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, what's the transition of that microbial load along with the soil compaction? Is there any study with respect to it? So I'm going to concern in IIHR.
Dr. Chaitra, working as a plant technology scientist. So has service has to be about soil precautions. For the location with respect to the Phytophthora bud rot in hydrolat and coconut, it is the soil precaution. So mainly if we are maintaining the good soil microbes like the trichoderma.
We have a microbiologist.
We have a microbiologist in this project, Dr. T.K. He is appearing for PS position, Guru Scientist position.
My question is done.
Yeah.
This over a microbes.
So one question, in this climate change situation, it's anticipated that the pathogens will thrive and increase. So what's the mitigation, and as natural farmers, what we can look forward if you have some insights?
No problem. Sir, see, evolution is a must. Okay. So when when harmful microbes mutate, same way beneficial microbes also mutate. For any insect, harmful insect, there is a natural way. So nature will balance it. Nature will balance it. What our institute is doing, we have already commercialized the Ashram microbial consortium, which contains 4 beneficial microbes, which is being extensively used in vegetable production, fruit production, and many other crops. Even it is being extensively used in black pepper for management of wheat. Okay. Then next we have commercialized a lot of biopesticides and nematicides, bionematicides for management of nematodes. So nature will take care of everything. Our duty is not to harm the nature. Thank you.
Sir, both of you mentioned about some documentation on soil microbes and also the biomass on it. Sir also mentioned about how there are techniques to identify nutrients in both fruits and vegetables. So, as natural farmers, it would be very beneficial for us to let the public know, general public know, after we grow, what is the difference between how it is grown in normal fertilizer synthetic and what is the difference when we grow naturally. So what is the availability or accessibility for those techniques?
Yeah, very good question. Honestly speaking, we don't have baseline data. So the produce from the naturally grown fruits or vegetables and the chemically grown fruits and vegetables, there is no comparison. Okay. So systematic research paper has not come out. Everyone talks about natural farming is good. The thing is that we should have the baseline
Because I am taking sorry, Sankaran. Important point is that you mentioned that the studies already did the natural farming as well as the organic farming. People are studied for more than 5 years. But they mentioned that within 2-3 years will not get that they maybe the yield will be half. All people, there are no fertilizer, nothing will be, so the reductions of the yield will be very much of high. But we have to compensate slowly. Compensate slowly means you have a 10 acre, 20 acres, 30 acre, maybe 20,000 hectares, maybe 1 lakh hectares. We have to increase day by day, so that the yield will be definitely compensated when after 5 or 6 years. So that studies are already people have done, and it also doing this one. Second thing, as you mentioned, the micronutrients level, the integrated farming system. Integrated farming system, if you see the village, we have a cows, we have a goats, we have a buffaloes, everything is there. Now people have to try on that one also. It is not only this type of things. Also you have to have a nature to make a balance. Everything should be in your path. So that definitely it will create this type of atmosphere, diversity. Definitely everything will be happen in a good way.
Yeah. In addition to that, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ನೀವು ಕಂಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದ ಆ ಥರ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. It will take a lot of time. Over the years, your soil organic carbon will be building. It should be crossing more than 1, then 1.5, 2, 3. When you increase the soil organic carbon, other macro and micronutrients availability will be very, very high. Then your crop health will be very good. Then your yield sustainability will be there. So suddenly, if you jump into natural farming with larger area, it will be a real problem. Thank you.
One point just reminded me, like when we also when we are interacting with organic farmers, this organic farming certification process is there, Atithi organic farming, EC1, EC2 and that. So I think people don't have that much patience, and if I show the certificate also, when they are asking any premium price is given, no, there was not an answer. But when this AMC was introduced, Dr. Sankaran was mentioning that it was introduced, first time it was tested in the pomegranate. Again in Chittagurga and Tumakuru, one of the farmers fields also we tried. And we came to know from the initial when Actinoplus and AMC was applied, blight and wilt got controlled, and that fruits we tested at the pesticide referral lab at IIHR. It's a pesticide referral lab. Okay, so the certificate says there is a very almost nil amount of pesticides, whatever, pomegranate how much they are applying. So our certificates on the too. So certificates we encourage the farmer to sell his fruits at a premium price in IIHR itself. Maybe some of my colleagues would remember. So they paid some higher price and they got it. So ee tara ondu process aagbekanದ್ರೆ maybe IIHR support will be in that process. Telling your product is organic or not by studying your fruits in the pesticide lab. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, the success of natural farming, organic farming, far as now organic carbon is very less. Even you can find 2-3%. You have Indian size, you don't find 0.5%. That is the main drawback in our conventional farming. Plant cannot identify if it is coming from organic, native farming or inorganic fertilizers. What are you applying in natural farming? If you convert inorganic farming, then one plant can take over. So first you have to concentrate soil health. I have one session in the type practicing on soil health management.
ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕೃಷಿ ಮತ್ತು ರೈತರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಹಾಗೂ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವರಾಜ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಚೌಹಾಣ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಆರಂಭಿಸಲಾದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವ್ಯಾಪಿ ಖೇತ್ ಬಚಾವೋ ಅಭಿಯಾನ 2026ರ ಅಂಗವಾಗಿ ICAR IIHR ಹೆಸರಘಟ್ಟ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಸಹಜ ಬೇಸಾಯ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೂನ್ 4, 2026ರಂದು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡ ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಗೊಬ್ಬರಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯವಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕುರಿತು ಬಾನುಲಿ ವರದಿ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ಹೊರಾಂಗಣ ಧ್ವನಿ ಮುದ್ರಣಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರಳಿ ಪ್ರಸಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಳವಡಿಸಿದವರು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ SM ಸುಧಾಕರ್. ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಸಹಾಯ ರೇಷ್ಮಾ.